Welcome back to Futbol Mundial, where me and MC Cubbin have put together a package of the globe's finest stories for your viewing pleasure.
Yes, and today we'll be talking to you about an idiot abroad, an idiot in Scotland, and Disney World. Buckle up. Here we go.
In a strange turn of events, we begin this week's Futbol Mundial journey right here in Great Britain.
Yes, we do, because Scotland's 2-2 draw with Slovenia on Sunday meant the national side have failed to qualify for 10 consecutive international tournaments. That's an absolutely disgraceful record.
But not quite as disgraceful as the words spoken by Gordon Strachan after the match. Following the defeat, he claimed that his team were genetically behind their rivals.
Ouch, and no, this wasn't a mistake. In reference to the Scotland team's lack of height, Strachan went on to suggest that we could get big women and men together and see what we can do, which surely poses a challenge to Donald Trump for the most idiotic statement of the year.
Indeed, and this man is clinging on to his job by a thread. Strachan may be desperate, but surely he'd come up with a better excuse. But which is the worst excuse you've ever used? Let us know with the hashtag #MyWorstExcuse in the comments below.
Our next story takes us to Mexico, where a familiar face is making a splash.
Yes, one-time Man United Wonderkid and infamous troublemaker Ravel Morrison signed for Liga MX side Atlas FC on loan from Lazio back in August. And on the weekend, he netted his first goal for the club.
Nice one. Playing in a friendly against Mexican giants Club America, the man once idolised by Paul Pogba scored a banger to level the scores in the second half. But unfortunately his side went on to lose the game 2-1.
Morrison is only the second English footballer to play in the Liga MX after Antonio Pedrosa. No, we've never heard of him either, and his flair could be vital for relegation-threatened Atlas in the closing stages of this season.
But do you think this is finally Morrison's time to shine? Let us know in the comments below.
We jump on a plane over to Egypt now, where a last-minute penalty from Liverpool's Mo Salah put the national team through to next year's World Cup. And no one appreciated it more than this guy.
Here you go. And the time is over. Only 50 seconds left. I was crying.
Yes, it's the first time the Pharaohs have reached the tournament since 1990, hence why he was so elated. And in that time, they have lifted the African Cup of Nations on 4 occasions. That's 4 times the amount Algeria have won it in their entire history. It's okay, Zach.
Well, at least Algeria have actually won a game at the World Cup, which Egypt have failed to do thus far.
Yes, but the most interesting stat to arise from Sunday's victory has to do with the team's goalkeeper, SM Al-Hadari.
Yes, the veteran stopper turns 45 in January, nearly as old as Patrick Van Straten, which means he could be breaking records next summer. If he features, he will become the oldest ever player to partake in a World Cup.
Core blimey, the accolade is currently held by Colombia's Farid Mondragon, who was 43 years and 3 days old when he appeared in Brazil 3 years ago. That means Al-Hadari will smash the record by 2.5 years.
God, and he doesn't half deserve it. Al-Hadari has 155 caps for his country and was named goalkeeper of the tournament at 3 consecutive AFCONs, and has been also cited by Didier Drogba, the legend, as his toughest ever opponent. Not too shabby at all.
Not too shabby. Now, we're pretty used to seeing footballers showcase obnoxious drunken behaviour, but did we ever think we'd see it at Disney World? Cover your ears, Zach, your dreams are about to be shattered.
God, yes, have it descended on the happiest place on earth just last week, as members of Orlando City's men and women's teams went out on a bar crawl around the theme park.
Absolutely disgraceful. It was anything but innocent fun. The players' annual piss-up ended in chaos as 3 players, including former Derby County forward Giles Barnes and USA icon Alex Morgan, were kicked out of the park for drunk and disorderly behaviour.
This came after Barnes became embroiled in a verbal altercation at one of the venue's bars, and Morgan, who has 77 goals in 130 games for the US national team, was said to be screaming and highly impaired by police at the scene.
Well, thanks for that awful accent there, Zach. But no, it's not the first time a female soccer star has gotten into trouble. Just last year, US national keeper Hope Solo was banned for 6 months for calling Sweden a bunch of cowards, and all-time national top scorer Abby Wambach was arrested for drink driving. This is not a good period for the women's game in America.
Morgan has since come out and apologized for her actions, saying, "I will learn from this and make sure it doesn't happen again."
Sorry about this guy.
We finish on a high now as one small club in Sweden is set to make a major breakthrough.
Yes, Dalkurd FF are 2 points clear at the top of the Swedish Superettan with 4 games to go of the season.
But it's not the fact they are a small club that makes this story special. Dalkurd was set up in 2004 by Kurdish immigrants with the aim of one day playing a Turkish team in the colours of their homeland.
Yes, and just 13 years after their formation, it may not be too long until their dreams come true. If their astronomical rise through 7 divisions is anything to go by, qualification for the Europa League and a meeting with a Turkish giant could be on the horizon.
In a recent interview, Dalkurd captain Peshroor Azizi explained the significance of the club, saying that with the Kurdish flag on our chest, it is more like a national team, despite the club also containing players from Sweden, Spain and the USA.
Yes, and with new investment and a fast-growing fan base, the club's goal of asserting Kurdish identity through football is becoming realised. Bravo.
So that was Futbol Mundial. As usual, what did you guys think of the stories and have we missed out on any? Let us know in the comments below. But Michael, tell the people at home what very exciting news has happened.
Yes, very, very exciting stuff. What you should do next is get off YouTube. Actually, no, stay on YouTube and watch some other videos, but also get onto Instagram where a new account has popped up. FDFC.
Yes.
What's the actual...
At FDSC_UK. Go and follow it.
Yes.
What is it, Michael, though?
It's a football team made by some of us, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm going to be captain. I'm going to be captain.
He wishes. He's going to be on the bench as our second keeper.
I don't know about that. But anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes.